Missing spring breaker in South Carolina, 17-year-old Brittanne Drexel from New York was last seen nearly 2 weeks ago. We're going to speak to Brittanne's parents in just a moment, but first, NBC's Mark Potter has the latest on the efforts to find her.
We have a daughter that's missing.
In their desperate search for Brittanne Drexel, her parents and grandmother joined volunteers in canvassing neighborhoods in Georgetown, South Carolina, 40 miles from Myrtle Beach, where Brittanne disappeared nearly 2 weeks ago during a spring break trip.
There's always hope. We're not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. We need to find her. There's a lot of people that miss her and love her. Going
door to door, they are handing out flyers with Brittanne's picture, asking if anyone has spotted her.
You have to face whether, she may not be alive, but we're being very hopeful. We want the person, whoever had taken Brittanne, to please bring her back to us.
The 17-year-old high school student from Rochester, New York, was photographed by a hotel security camera April 25th as she arrived to visit friends. Brittanne reportedly left the facility later that night to return to her hotel, but never showed up. The next day, her cell phone emitted a signal near Georgetown. Last weekend, several police agencies converged in the Georgetown area to search the woods and the South Santee River there, but found no sign of Brittanne or her cell phone.
It's very hard as a grandparent. We love Brittanne very much.
Police say they have no suspects and no credible leads. A local Crime Stoppers group is offering a $1,000 reward as her family continues its search, insisting Brittanne is no runaway. For today, Mark Potter, NBC News, Atlanta.
Brittanne's mother, Dawn Drexel, and her biological father, John Kaihoyulu, are in Myrtle Beach this morning, along with Dawn Davis from the Laura Recovery Center. That's a nonprofit organization that assists in recovering missing children. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Drexel, let me begin with you. Have police been able to piece together the final hours that Brittanne was seen in an adequate way for you? What do you know about those final hours?
They have. They're still working. They're still working on the case. They work on this case 24 hours a day. They don't stop. The police department's been wonderful here in Myrtle Beach.
There are only a few options of what could have happened. One of those is that she wandered off on her own, and I know you feel very strongly that that is not what happened in this case. Can you tell me why you feel that way?
Because it's not like Brittanne to do that. Brittanne was the type of person, she was shy. She wouldn't just go with anybody. She would have to trust that person.
And nobody knows a child better than the parents. And so, Mrs. Drexel, when you look at that image of Brittanne walking into that hotel, and it's one of the last images that we have of her, just take a look at it. What does she tell you by her appearance and her mood in that photograph?
Well, as far as I can tell, she was going up to see her friend. And then she came back out. I'm not sure what, I really couldn't tell what her face looked like as far as her expressions.
John,
so I couldn't tell you what mindset she was in.
All right, John, I know you reestablished your relationship with your daughter about 1.5 years ago, and you spent some time with her. I think it was 3 weeks ago. Was there anything about her demeanor during that time you spent together? It's been reported she suffered from depression. Were there any concerns, any worries that she expressed to you?
Nothing that I've seen. When we hung out, we went to the movies. She was in a great mood. We went out to eat. We were making plans. She was very excited to come down to Tampa to see our family. Everyone's been waiting for her. So there's nothing that I've seen.
And Ms. Davis, let me turn to you. Your organization assists in the search for missing children. What are the biggest challenges you face now, especially as time goes on and we're now 12 days away from her disappearance?
Well, some of the challenges we face include you have a team that is from Rochester in Myrtle Beach, and then our search center is even further south of that. And then the searchers that have come, the volunteers, the professionals, the law enforcement, they have encountered snakes and wild boars and alligators, and it's an area that's very difficult to search in.
And Ms. Drexel, if you could talk to anybody who may have some information about where your daughter is, what would you like to say to them?
Please, please bring my daughter home. We miss her. We love her. Her sister and brother love her. We have the family, the whole family that loves her. Just please bring her home.
Well, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family, and we hope for a good outcome on this. And we thank you very much for spending time with us during what I know is a really difficult time. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have any information about Brittanne's whereabouts, please call the Myrtle Beach Police Department. That number is 843-918-1300, 843-918-1300, or you can call 1-800-THE-LOST.